Ismael Zambada García, born January 1, 1948, is a Mexican suspected drug lord and leader of the Sinaloa cartel, an international crime syndicate based in Sinaloa, Mexico. Before he assumed leadership of the entire cartel, he served as the logistical coordinator for its Zambada García faction, which has overseen the trafficking of cocaine and heroin into Chicago and other U.S. cities by aircraft, narcosubs, container ships, go-fast boats, fishing vessels, buses, rail cars, tractor-trailers, and automobiles. The former farmer-turned-drug lord began his criminal career by smuggling as little as a few kilograms of drugs at a time. However, it was only to gain a foothold before he went about increasing his gang's production of heroin and marijuana while also solidifying his position as a trafficker. Felix Gallardo was arrested in 1989. His organization split into two opposing factions: the Tijuana cartel, whose leadership was inherited by his nephews and heirs, the Arellano Felix brothers, and the Sinaloa cartel, whose leadership fell to former Lieutenants Hector Luis Palma Salazar, Adrian Gomez Gonzalez, Ismael Zambada García, Ignacio Coronel Villarreal, and El Chapo. The Sinaloa cartel drug lords were active in the states of Sinaloa, Durango, Chihuahua, Sonora, Nuevo León, and Michoacán. In 2006, the administration of President Felipe Calderón launched an offensive against Mexico's drug trafficking networks. The Arellano Felix organization, also known as Tijuana Cartel, the largest and most sophisticated of the Mexican cartels at the time, received the brunt of the blows. Taking advantage of the pressure being placed on the Tijuana cartel, other drug bosses, most notably Ismael Zambada and Joaquin Guzman, began to encroach on strongholds in northwestern Mexico, leading to full-scale war. Zambada has historically worked closely with the Juarez cartel and the Carrillo Fuentes family, while maintaining independent ties to Colombian cocaine suppliers. Zambada has been wanted by Mexico's Attorney General's office since 1998, when it issued bounties totaling $2.8 million on him and 5 other leaders of the Juarez cartel. Zambada headed the Sinaloa cartel in partnership with Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, until 2016 when El Chapo was captured. Zambada has now possibly assumed full command of the Sinaloa cartel. Zambada is likely Mexico's most enduring and powerful drug lord. He may have had plastic surgery and disguised himself to move throughout Mexico. Zambada Garcia's organization, the Sinaloa cartel, receives multi-ton quantities of cocaine, mostly by sea from Colombian sources. After receipt of the cocaine, the Sinaloa cartel uses a variety of methods, including airplanes, trucks, cars, boats, and tunnels to transport the cocaine to the United States. Members of the cartel smuggle the cocaine to distribution cells in Arizona, California, Illinois, and New York. Zambada operates primarily in the states of Sinaloa and Durango, but exerts influence along a large portion of Mexico's Pacific coast, as well as in Cancun, Quintana Roo, Sonora, and Nuevo León. Ismael Zambada has been featured on America's Most Wanted, and the FBI is offering up to $5 million for information leading to his capture. On October 20, 2008, some of his relatives were arrested in Mexico City on drug trafficking charges. Ismael's brother, Jesus the King Zambada, along with Ismael's son and nephew. His son, Ismael Mayito Zambada Jr., has been sought for conspiracy to distribute a controlled substance in the United States. His other son, Vicente Zambada Niebla, was arrested by the Mexican Army on March 18, 2009. On June 24, 2020, it was revealed that Zambada had been willing to give former top Mexican drug lords Rafael and Miguel Caro Quintero high-ranking positions in the Sinaloa cartel if they agreed to join. However, the effort to recruit the Caro Quintero brothers faltered as Zambada's health declined and El Chapo's sons, who were less willing to grant them leadership, gained more influence. His wife Rosario Niebla Cardoza, brother Jesus, sons Vicente Zambada Niebla, Serafin Zambada Ortiz, and Ismael Zambada Imperial, as well as his 4 daughters, Maria Teresa, Miriam Patricia, Monica del Rosario, and Modesta, played an active role in narcotics distribution and money laundering. His son-in-law, Juan Gabriel González Ibarra, husband of Miriam Patricia, died after suffering an electric shock at his home in Culiacán on June 18, 2014. Ismael Zambada relies on currency shipments to move drug proceeds across the United States-Mexico border. In June 2020, former DEA agent Mike Vigil revealed that Zambada was sick with diabetes. The United States is now offering 3 times the reward it previously set for information leading to the capture of alleged Sinaloa cartel leader Ismael El Mayo Zambada García. The U.S. Department of State announced Wednesday an increase from $5 million to $15 million for information that results in the arrest and/or conviction of Zambada, a 73-year-old former poppy field worker who is presumed to be the cartel's boss since Joaquin El Chapo Guzman was arrested in 2016. The reward is offered under the State Department's Narcotics Rewards Program. Zambada is a longtime business partner of convicted Sinaloa cartel leader El Chapo and is charged in several U.S. indictments along with El Chapo and his sons. The increase is commensurate with his leadership status in the Sinaloa cartel, the State Department said. This reward offer directly complements the derivative designations announced today by the Department of Treasury, the State Department continued. Treasury's designations are being made pursuant to the Foreign Narcotics Kingpin Designation Act of Zambada Garcia's Sinaloa cartel associates. Together, these actions are part of a whole-of-government effort to combat drug trafficking and transnational organized crime globally and in Mexico. The reward for the capture of Zambada, who has never been imprisoned despite being involved in the illegal drug trade for decades, is now the second highest on offer for a Mexican trafficker. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $20 million for information leading to the arrest of Rafael Caro Quintero, former leader of the defunct Guadalajara cartel and currently an alleged Sinaloa cartel member wanted for his involvement in the 1985 kidnapping and murder of Drug Enforcement Administration Special Agent Enrique Kiki Camarena. Caro Quintero was convicted by a court in Mexico in 1989 and sentenced to 40 years in prison but released in 2013 on a technicality and remains at large. There are rumors that Zambada is in hiding in the mountains of northern Mexico, as he admitted as much in a 2010 interview in which he also said he had a wife, 5 other female companions, 15 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild. The 6 of them are here, on my ranches. They are daughters of the mountain as I am a son of the mountain. The mountain is my home, my protection, my land, said Zambada, who conceded he was afraid of being arrested. Will you be caught? Asked a journalist from the news magazine Proceso. It could happen at any time, or never, El Mayo said. Prior to the State Department announcing the increased reward for the capture of Zambada, the U.S. Department of Treasury said in a statement that its Office of Foreign Assets Control had designated Sinaloa cartel member Sergio Valenzuela as a specially designated narcotics trafficker. Based in Nogales, Sonora, Valenzuela is a Sinaloa cartel plaza boss. In that role, he oversees a major drug trafficking corridor in Mexico, is responsible for smuggling tons of fentanyl and other drugs into the United States and reports directly to the leader of the Sinaloa cartel, El Mayo, the Treasury Department said. The OFAC also designated 7 other Mexican nationals and 2 Mexican companies as providing material assistance to Valenzuela. As a result of today's action, all property and interests in property of the designated individuals and entities that are in the United States or in the possession or control of U.S. persons must be blocked and reported to OFAC, the Treasury Department said.